It's Week 16 of the NFL. And up next, we'll see this team's field-stretching tight end. He should be one of his quarterback's best friends this week. Who knows what we're in store for here next?
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. The rain started earlier today. It hasn't let up much. It is going to be a wet one. Glad you're with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson. Nice and dry here in the booth, but Greg, you've been down on the field and played in one of these sloppy, wet, rainy games. What is it like?
Well, it depends what position you play. For the offensive defensive linemen, they love it. It's a little bit slower. The defense is a little bit slower to react to the ball. A lot more runs, less pass protection. So for them, they're thrilled. But for anybody who has to handle the ball on either side,
all right, we're just about set for football. The crowd is definitely ready. So are we. Off we go on EA Sports. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. So the visitors ready to go on offense here for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
really solid all-around performance last week, Mike, and I think the biggest factor that led to the win is his ability to continue to protect the football. He executed the offense, ran it exactly how they designed all week in practice. Now, it might not have been earth-shattering performance statistically, but they got the win. If he can continue to play that style of ball, it's going to be a tough group to match up with. He decides to go with this safe throw and throws it well short of the sticks. And at this level, Mike, you just can't miss layups like that.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
Well, here early on, if this pass rush continues to get home at this rate, this is going to be a long day for this offense. They're going to have to put some extra guys in there, mix in some play action, keep this pass rush off balance.
Throwing now on 3rd and long, and that is incomplete.
The most important stat, Mike, to determine wins and losses in the NFL is clearly turnover differential, your ability to protect the ball, and on defense, take the ball away. And for any offense, that's even more critical when you have the ball on your side of the field.
And he'll be brought down, short return, and they'll take over there. This crowd ready in anticipation, their offense taking the field for the first time. Leading this offense, their veteran quarterback.
I think the biggest thing that stood out from last week's game was when they went into the game with an initial plan, how quickly were they able to get away from that when they realized it wasn't working? I think they got a lot of unscouted looks, meaning the defense threw a lot of exotic looks at them, blitzes, different fronts and coverages, maybe things they didn't work on all week. So the key this week is understand what is the defense looking to do today, and how fast can we make those adjustments if we're not having early success.
Still first down.
This drive will start on the ground, and he'll manage to get this ahead for a pickup of 5. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. The pressure gets there, and down he goes. A sack.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sit.
Oh, got him again the second time with a sack on this opening drive.
What did this defensive play caller tell us all week, Mike? They wanted to come out and set the tone of this game, dictate the terms of how this game would be played. And man, through the first drive here, boy, have they ever.
And he's going to make a fair catch just beyond his own 40-yard line. The visitors' offense ready now for their second drive. They'll search for the first points of this game as they begin the drive on 1st and 10. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. With that, I want to give you a look here at the receiving numbers for him from the game a week ago. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Hill drops to throw. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Here's a 3rd down and 4. Hill look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Well, I think it would be a bit of an understatement, Mike, to say that this offense has come out today a bit flat. They haven't picked up a single first down through the first 2 drives, and barring a really aggressive decision here, they'll have to wait to their 3rd series to see if they can make it happen.
And no chance of a run back here. This one's going to sail out of bounds. The home team's offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. And things starting to take shape here. 3 weeks left of the regular season. Teams making that final push for postseason berths. And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
Not a whole lot complicated about this play, Mike. That was understanding where the holes of the defense were. Remember, in this zone coverage, you got to find green grass. Get past the first down marker, be friendly to the quarterback, and then the ball has to be out on time before those zone defenders can react to the receiver. It's exactly how it played out here. You can draw up all the fancy plays you want, but when the quarterback and the receiver see it through the same set of eyes, it's virtually impossible to stop.
And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
I can tell you firsthand, as an offensive guy, we never loved playing in the rain. I always felt like the defense had the advantage. They know it wasn't going to be much of a passing attack. Hard to handle the ball, a lot of turnovers. So they've got to have a lot of early focus offensively and try to get something on track.
And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the first down.
On comes the punter now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. And we will not have a return here. This one angled out of bounds. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Here's a first carry for their running back. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Back to throw. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. And he's taken down up past the 35.
One of the things that makes him one of the best receivers in the NFL, Mike, is his ability to create separation downfield. He makes it so easy for his quarterback to not only find him, but to constantly create a nice throwing window like he did right there.
He's taken down, but just shy of midfield.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
Now they'll set up to throw. This one caught by the back, out of the backfield. Good recovery after the penalty. He's back within a couple of yards of that first down. Back to the air one more time. A quick throw. That's complete on the slant. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
And he can't get away. They rally to the football on defense and bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. Got his man at the 6. That's a gain of 16 yards, and it sets up first and goal. And he's in. Extra point try forthcoming. He gets it to go, and the visitors will take a 7-0 lead. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The home team's offense ready to get back at it. They trail here by a touchdown as this drive will start with a first down. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be second down. They motion a receiver right. Now faking the give. Short pass taken in by the tight end. And he's taken down on what should be the final play of this first quarter. One quarter in the books. 7-0 is our score. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. And that ball incomplete over the middle.
Timing and trust, critical elements of this quick passing game. If your target and the quarterback are not on the same page, it winds up being an incompletion and a wasted down.
And this throw batted away and incomplete.
I think he just rushed that decision just a little bit downfield. I mean, it's one thing to trust your guy to make a play in tight coverage, but I think if he was a little bit more patient in his progression, there was an easier throw out there that wouldn't make him have to throw such a tight window ball and put his receiver in a tight spot.
Here's the punter now, as he is on to kick it away. And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The visitors' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had things all his way in the first half. Those numbers are sensational. And he looks to add to them with another drive here. And no nowhere to go on that one. They lifted him up and threw him down behind the line.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, second and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard, but that's it. They come to the line needing 11 here on third down. Out of the gun, he'll throw. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. Remember, he had the touchdown catch the last time they had the football. Here, he's got a first down.
Third downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on third downs, that is a recipe for success.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. He'll go right and find his running back.
All right, so there's really three areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number one, the traditional handoffs. Number two, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll look to throw again. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. 2nd and 7. They'll send a tight end in motion. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. The blitz gets there, and he lost the football. And the defense has it. In the pocket, looking to throw the ball, but the defense was looking right at the ball. They knock it away and come up with the turnover.
Mike, we see so often a quarterback is so focused, keeping his eyes down the field, looking for one of his receivers to work himself free, that they lose track of where the defenders are. And I think that's exactly what happened here. The defender closed on him quicker than he might have thought, knocks the ball loose, creating the takeaway.
They'll begin here on the ground. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Up until that run, this first half, it's kind of been tough sledding here for this run game. They'd love to see him get going. That last big pickup's going to go a long way.
Right back to him on 1st down. And the defense was ready for him this time. Did not have the same room to run. That one's no gain. They're going to motion the tight end over here. On 2nd and 10, they'll try to throw.
There was tight coverage all across the field. I think the quarterback thought he had the arm strength to fit this one into a pretty small window, but the defense wasn't having it. They were all over it, and I think the quarterback actually got away with one there.
He'll try to run for it. You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a 1st down.
This is an element that defensively you always have to be ready to defend. You can't just accept that it's a pass and be so consumed with the receivers downfield. You have to account for the quarterback as a scrambler. You can see why, as he's able to get out of the pocket and pick up the 1st down.
To the air now on 1st and 10. And the coverage right there. This ball knocked away. It's incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now a give on the ground. And he will not be able to get free. Picking up only a yard. Now it's 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. I mean, to complete less than half of your pass attempts, it just makes it very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL. And if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. From the 6, here comes a return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The visitors' offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. Back to throw here to begin the drive. That's into traffic, but taken in. And he's close to a first down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down. 2nd and a yard. Here comes the blitz as he looks to... And the rush too strong. They're in there in a flash for the sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
On 3rd down, they'll throw from the gun. Open man, left side, he's got it. A great connection there. They're going to bring it down inside the 35-yard line.
Those are the explosive pass plays that this team is going to continue to mine all day. And you can see pre-snap, the quarterback loved his matchup. He allowed his receiver to work downfield. Perfect throw, and now sets them up to try to see if they can finish this drive off with some points.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down inbounds. Here's 2nd and 2. Looks like movement over there on the left side, and the flag is down.
Ball start. Offense.
They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, take it in over the middle.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. Not just a first down, but reception number 70 on the season.
Really nice call there on 3rd and inches. You have the defense thinking run, and then you hit them with the short pass, and the yardage you get after that is just gravy. They turn this into a nice play, and they pick up a first down.
They'll try to run this one in. And this one's blown up. It's back at the 5-yard line now.
Sometimes you run all those big bodies out there, you kind of tip your hand. I always love going big jumbo personnel for a play action. In this case, they keep the ball on the ground. The defense knew it was coming, and they suffer a loss.
Back to the 5-yard line now. 2nd down and goal. They'll go with him again. Hard running close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him just short. The ball inches from the goal line. 3rd and goal. 7-3 is the score. 2 minutes to play in the first half. Greg and I continue in just a moment. Throwing here on 3rd and goal. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
That one is good. And the visitors going to tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
Anytime you find yourself kicking in these elements, Mike, you just can't take anything for granted, especially when it comes to your plant foot, your balance, your control, your footing. It's so important, and give credit, he does a great job here able to put that one through.
The home team's offense about ready to take over once more. Just the lone field goal for them so far, down 10-3 in this one, and they'll start 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got his running back downfield, and it's complete. And he's out of bounds inside the 30. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. He'll drop to throw. This one complete right side. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. Here now, 2nd down and goal. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go. He is taken down.
That last sack is exactly why defensive coaches preach over and over. Just play the next down. Just continue to make them snap the ball again. You're one big defensive play from changing everything about this drive, and what once looked like a promising drive, following that sack, looks a little bit different now.
Good drive now faces a tough conversion. It is 3rd and long. That is caught back corner of the end zone. Greg, it's the quarterback's best friend, and you were that guy for a lot of years. The tight end in a tight area with man coverage.
Yeah, and it's really twofold, Mike, right? First and foremost, we see so many of these tight ends around the league that now have gotten to the point where one-on-one matchups, that's advantage offense. But then even in the cases they don't create great separation, Mike, it's their size, their catch radius. It's such a friendly target for the quarterback that when things get tight in the red zone, they look to the tight end.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. Here comes a return from the 5. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. And they're just going to run it here up the middle. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there. So we have reached halftime here in this one. As we're off to Orlando, going to check in with Jonathan Coachman, who's got our EA Sports. And instead, why don't we get right back to it, as we'll get ready for the 3rd quarter. Could not ask for more from that first half. All even as we begin quarter number 3. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense ready to get going again. They'll have it first in this 3rd quarter. They'll see if they can go about breaking our tie. We're all even at 10 as this drive begins, 1st and 10.
Hey, go!
On the bootleg, he'll look to throw. Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. They'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9. Lone back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. And he's just pushing guys out of the way. Powering forward for a gain of 8. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That'll be intercepted.
You know, Mike, I like the early aggressive play call to start this second half. I think anytime you find yourself in a tie ball game, you want to be the team that strikes next. In this case, it backfires. They have the turnover. Now it's their defense that's taking the field, and they're going to have to come up with a stop and keep this game all squared up.
So now this team's offense ready for their first possession of this second half. A low-scoring game, all tied, third quarter, and a touchdown here could go a long way. See if they can get it on this drive. 1st and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Back to throw. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. Here now, 3rd and 5. Now they'll set up to throw. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
So after their defense gives them a gift on their last drive and gets them the ball back and on the field, they nearly return the favor following that dangerous throw of their own. And at this point, they're lucky to walk away with just an incompletion.
And no return forthcoming. It's a touchback and will come out to the 20-yard line. This team's offense getting set to get back to work. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. On play action, he'll set up to throw. Now a shot here, deep middle.
There's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
And he'll find some space, taking it for 6 out to the 26-yard line. They'll throw here on 3rd and short yardage. He'll try and get there on the ground. Taking advantage of the room to run, a gain of 19 on the scramble.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass. Nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner. Picks up the 1st down.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
From out of the gun, he'll throw. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down. Now, faking the give. And they're going to get to him and take him down, taken back to the other side of midfield.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now they're trying to keep it going. A tight end in motion now. They'll look to throw here on 1st down. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can't fault the quarterback on this one, Mike. He really didn't even have much of an opportunity. By the time he hit the top of his drop and got his eyes downfield, the defense was all over him, and he really had no choice but to just get that ball out of his hand and live to play another snap.
They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. Catch number 7 so far in this one. And a 1st down.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
Now, a whistle. Looks like there was movement on the left side of that offensive line. They'll look to throw again. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. They'll look to throw yet again. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. 3rd and long. Incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Looking up through the raindrops. No issue there, though. Fair catch, called for, and taken successfully. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin 1st and 10. Handoff here, up the middle. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4. Now, following the run, one of the offensive linemen leading the way is a bit shaken up. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. He'll get this out to the left flat. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
Ready.
Throwing now from the gun. Looking middle of the field. It's complete. And that's going to be a 1st down. A pickup of 9. He tosses over the middle. This one is caught. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Now off the bootleg. He'll look to throw here. Got a man coming across the field. He's got it. And he's out of bounds, but they are in the red zone out inside the 20. They get 25 on that connection. That's enough for a first down.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7. Here's 2nd and 3 to go. They're called in at the 2. First time they've looked his way all game long. And he comes through with the grab and a first down. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. And he's going to be down close to the goal line. Good job defensively to make sure he did not get to the end zone. From the 1, 2nd and goal. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete. Is it time to turn to the running game to get in? 3rd and goal coming up. They'll run. He slams it in there, and he is in. That touchdown puts him in double digits. Now 10 rushing touchdowns on the season. Extra point attempt still to come. He's got it. And his guys go up by 7. It is now 17-10. Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. This taken at the 5. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So they come to the line for first down and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Got his receiver on the in-cut. He's got it. So, 3 quarters now in the books. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. He'll drop to throw. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down. They'll throw out of the gun. Throwing it right into the hands of his running back. He's going to have that first down. Gain of 6 as they convert on third down. Back to the air one more time. No one open. He'll drop it to his running back. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. They'll look to throw. On the move past the 40. And he'll be taken down.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball?
This is intercepted. And this defense comes through with the turnover.
And at this point in the game, Mike, we all know one play can be the difference between winning and losing. And now after that poor throw, we'll see, can they capitalize on this extra possession that they just stole?
Now a run on first down. And he finds a little bit of space. He'll take this forward for a gain of 4. Here's 2nd and 6. A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Ready.
He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
When you get the ball in this situation, what you're looking to do is not only end the drive with a touchdown to put the game away, but you'd love to chew up some clock. So with that incomplete pass now likely putting an end to this series, that's a big opportunity for them to try to close this game out.
This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
For the most part, he's been very accurate with the ball. I mean, he's completing over 60% of his passes, but because they haven't been able to get any big explosive plays, continue to push the ball downfield, hasn't really translated on the scoreboard just yet. The drag route, we used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Okay, so now you pick up that first down, Mike, but now there needs to be a sense of urgency. You know you need to score twice. So this one, ideally for the offense, results in a touchdown. But either way, this first score of the 2 needed needs to be fast because you need every possession you can here late in the 4th quarter.
Throwing now on 1st and 10. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short. Here we go. 3rd and a yard. One of the tight ends in motion right. Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender. And you're just saying box him out and go up for an offensive rebound and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot. One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
You can't beat a running quarterback. Gain of 16 and a first down. In the red zone now, he'll drop to throw. And that time, the pressure too much. He'll go down.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, That might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
They need one right now. 3rd and long. Now they'll set up to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. He works free, right side. To the 20. And he's going to bring this one back the distance. Nothing the defense loves more, Greg, than the opportunity to not only stop a team, but turn them back around the other way. A touchdown on the pick six.
Yeah, the defense just loves getting their hands on the ball when they can, Mike, but it is extra special when they're able to capitalize and take it all the way back for 6.
These are the ones that rip your heart out on the offensive side. Now, for the point after. He's got it. And his guys move out to a 24-10 lead. The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. This will be returned from the 6. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Right back to the air following that pick 6. He's got that to the rookie wide out from Georgia. And he'll be taken down up at the 40-yard line. On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
And good work there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete. 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, he'll throw. And that is incomplete.
This has really been the story of this entire game, Mike. I mean, this pass rush has had the advantage over the offense pretty much from the jump. And they've already recorded a couple of sacks, a handful of close calls, and it's the pressure in the backfield is why this team finds themselves with the lead here late in this ballgame. So this offense, they think this is a prime opportunity to go for it through the air on 4th down. But this defense was having none of it. Nowhere for the quarterback to go with the ball, no easy completions, and this defense forces a huge stop on 4th down.
Here's a run going left. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
And that's a good game there. It's going to wind up just a couple of yards shy of that 1st down. You've got to consider this an absolute must-stop defensively. It's 3rd down. A gain of 11 on that one. And that will be a 1st down.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They'll go with a counter on 1st down. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. 2 minutes remain in the 4th quarter. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. An enviable spot to operate from. Here's 2nd and inches. They'll stick with him again. Now this defense will use the first of their timeouts. This would go a long way to sealing this one. 3rd and a yard. Try to pick this one up on the ground. And quickly, the clock stops again. Defense taking the timeout. $1:54 to go. So, 4th down, and out comes the field goal unit. This from 34 yards. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And his guys will add to their lead here in the 4th quarter.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. First and 10. Right away, they'll set up to throw. He's got his man on the in route. Yes, taken in over the middle. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. And this will be incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
His 5th catch of the afternoon. Good for a 1st down.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, that on 3rd down or critical moments, that's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
They'll look to throw again. That's over the middle, but it's incomplete.
That's a throw that's going to make them cringe on Monday, Mike, in the film room. At this level, quick hitters, those quick, easy passes, those should be borderline automatic. But it was anything but this time around.
He'll let this one go deep down the right sideline.
I think the biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. And sometimes he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out? I just don't like the look of this passing game, Mike. It just seems a bit erratic. On top of the 2 straight incompletions, they've already turned the ball over through the air. And truthfully, with how dangerous some of these throws have been, they're lucky it hasn't been even more.
This one, incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs.
You find yourself down big. It's the 4th quarter. There's really no choice but to go for this at this point. But once again, this defense, they're up to the task, and they come through yet again with a huge stop.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So the fans gonna head home happy. It's a win for the hometown squad. And it is a season sweep for them. They defeat their division rivals for the 2nd time this year. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everyone.